Finally time. I was itching to watch this bitch in action, man. I wanna see him in battle. Show them who's the boss. The god. The lord of the butterflies. Alright, let's see. Chapter 1180. Omen. With an asterisk. Let me read that shit. Read as Omen, but the kanji, whatever, parallels Haki. And could also be read as Maki. Demonic aura. It's a fucking triple entendre. Hey yo, let's go. Haha. That's what I'm talking about. The king of the world has come to Elbaf. We see him chilling on top of the pyramid while we have a musical in the background, or the foreground, I guess. And then he disappears. Who is and materializes in the middle of the town, the king of this country. What is all those dots, man? What the fuck? Oda, you ruined the design. He's a fucking Dalmatian. Has a chicken pox? Who the fuck are you? This country doesn't have a king. Let me take another look at the design. Up close. The full design. We still only see one of his eyes because he has the Sanji comb over that hair though. It's like a Super Saiyan 3 Goku lengthwise, you know. Of course those dots on his body are new to me. Pretty weird. I thought he would be like, he would have lines continuing from his hand there all the way through his body. You know, he would be like cabled up. Also, what are these donuts there hanging by his belt? They look like life jackets, those floating things, whatever they're called. He took countermeasures for the sea because he's a devil fruit guy. I don't know, but that belt though, as I said in the previous video, it's like the belt from Harald. It's very Elbaf-like. It's part of the giant wardrobe. Again, we see up close now the 3 skulls that are attached to his belt, reminiscent of Orz's belt from Thriller Bark. He also had 3 skulls, but they didn't have horns or that scar on the head. What is that? Very suspicious individual. Alright, let's continue. Oh yeah, before that weapon though looks pretty fucking cool. Oh, and I see the dots there continuing all the way to his feet. I like how they put all this effort to make this guy look cool, that he had him wear grandma church shoes. Anyway, then Imu looks at Summers, who's still being held by Gerd. Let's see. Whoa, and Gerd's fingers get chopped up. What the fuck? Supapan. What the fuck is that, man? What are you doing, Summers? Oh, fuck. Let's go, Zoro. The pirate hunter versus the king of the world. Summers got his heart back? Are you another one of those knights? That would be a great time, by the way, for Zoro to awaken his secret eye cares technique or whatever he did with Mihawk during the time skip. Whoever he is, he's an enemy. And Hajrudin winds up a giant fist aiming at Imu. Hajrudin don't, but he gets drop kicked. We don't know what's up with this guy. And Imu cuts the leg from Stansen with the glaive, right? So it is useful. Is that how he cut the fingers of Gerd? Oh yeah, I missed that before. So it's not just for show. Get away from him! Forgive me, Stansen. Who is he? Zoro doesn't give a shit. Let's go, boy. King of Hell. Exactly. He's here to take your title. 3 sword style. Purgatory. Onigiri. He gets blocked though by the... What's that? The tail? The black arrow. Omen. What? A black flame materializes from? That's not the Millennium Eye though. It's the eyes on the outside of the palm, I thought. He was about to throw that black stuff on Zoro's face, but he blocked it, I think. Omen. So the attack name was Omen? Zoro! What is this voodoo shit, man? He's doing ninjutsu. Hajrudin going in with the axe, but he moved with his sorcery there. Summons a fucking, what is this? Devil spawn. Whoa, it exploded. And that's Haki as well. Conqueror's Haki. Imbued in the attack. Hajrudin! Rest in peace, Hajrudin. Zoro is out as well. What are these black flames? Imu makes a black circle like the one he has floating behind him from those weird flames. Above Summers, and Summers gets a power boost. Is that like a sensu bean? Whoa, this is it. An omen. Quickly, Summers. There is no time to waste. And they skedaddle. And unfortunately, the house stopped singing as well. What was the point of that? Zoro, let's get in the building for now. Gather the injured and the kids who passed out. They're going to battle Luffy and Loki, right? Let's see. People of Elbaf. someone even more dangerous than the God's Knights has appeared on the island. It's the boss of the God's Knights. In other words, the God. Oh, there are the wings. The wings that we saw when he first spawned. When he clawed out of the back of the silhouetted version of Emu. The caterpillar, as I said. And he sprouted some wings back then. I guess he can do whatever the fuck he wants, it seems. So these wings are made from his ninjutsu. He was flying. Where Summers. Emu detected the body of Gunko inside the cube. He uses the back of his weapon. The one with a black cloud attached to it. What is that? A blowpipe? It shoots another one of those bombs. He's not really just going to gather the knights and peace out, right? Gyaban's group. What's going on? I've never felt hacky like this before. Not even on God Valley. He's kinda spooked. Now it's all burned. That's Luffy, right? Quit whining. It's better than eating frozen food. So maybe he can regenerate after all. Because he found some meat. Stock up on energy while you can. Seems something crazy just arrived. What's going on? No idea, but this hack is terrifying. If they're with the Knights of God, this is prime time for Usopp to wake up and one-shot the Great One to get his Elbaf W. He's their target. You. I mean, not you exactly, I guess, but your captain. Great One, an Omen. Thank heavens. Look at Lil Killingham, man. Playing with the shit like a baby with a toy. Oh shit. Sanji, that person's dangerous. I mean, anyone that makes that kind of an entrance. Summoning black lightning from the depths of hell. It's pretty dangerous. But Sanji's not discouraged. He goes in. He goes straight in like Zoro. Who said you could free him? And kicks the sin of Emu but gets blocked. What? And then gets a taste of his own medicine there. The foot in the face. Shit. Another one bites the dust. What's with his black flames? Ooh, let's go, Loki. Hey, what business do you have on Elbaf? 14 years ago, Harald was killed here. I have come to find the one responsible. He was my servant. Like hell he was. Harald was my father, and more than that, he was the king of Elbaf. Emu came to take revenge for Harald. Let's go. Avenge him. Well, you are a bit late, 14 years after. But it's the thought that counts, or something. I'm the one you're looking for. Loki makes Emu look like a fucking bitch, man. Pipsqueak. I see. If thou had not been here, many tribulations could have been avoided. Where in the world would I be but Elbaf? Exactly, Loki. Tell him how it is. Remember that next time, you dumbass. Fuck. So we have to wait another week for the main event. Well, I did get what I asked for. Emu in action. He did fist and kicked and bombed everyone in his way. One-shot them. But it went by pretty fast. I guess that's life. I like how they're both trying to avenge Harald, right? I mean, Emu can't really be serious. And by that I mean, he isn't really here to find the culprit, the murderer. I mean, if that was true, why didn't you come 14 years ago, man? But Loki definitely wants to get his hands on the man responsible for turning his pups, crazy, possessed, making him unstoppable, and forcing him to kill him, So they do have unfinished business between them. Well, I'll do my usual rewatch of the chapter to see it with fresh eyes, and then we can theorize. So the circle behind Emu then is another Omen, but this one is the only one with eyes crammed into it, which by the way reminds me of another godlike figure, Enel, who had that circular thing attached to his back. Those spots though on his body, pretty weird. It kinda dropped the design a tier for me, personally. I don't expect a godlike figure to have that shit on him, because that pattern is more suitable for a clown costume. He used his blade to slice the fingers of Gerd from the distance. It was kind of an invisible slash, kinda like what Doflamingo did before his strings were revealed. And since he used the sword, Zoro stood up to face him. Because how can you become the world's greatest swordsman if you don't defeat everyone who wields a blade? Emu then starts showing off his superiority by defeating everyone. I mean, first he cut Stansen's leg. Now that's more like Doflamingo in Marineford when he cut Little Horse Junior's foot. I mean, from what I understand, Imu doesn't need to make contact, right? He's a remote butcher. Pretty sure that attack from Zoro has Conqueror's haki imbued, which Imu here blocked with his fucking tail, or rather that floating ribbon. But even if he got, destroyed here, he didn't use Asura yet. Zoro, I still believe. And that's when Imu uses Omen for the first time. Or he says it audibly, Imu touched the index finger with his thumb. He did that okay sign and conjure up some fire mixed with darkness. Dark fire. Remember when Blackbeard said to Ace on Banaro Island on the finale of their fighting, who's gonna win, the darkness or the sun? This guy has both. And where did that shit come from? Inside his body? Well, he uses that to fling it to Zoro's face and launch him. Send him to meet Artemis 2, whatever. Then it's Hajrudin's turn. We have a different hand puppeteering thing. It's a double OK sign. Wait, yeah, actually it's one above the other, but on a right angle. So Imu takes them out and then creates an Omen for Summers. Again, he has that OK hand there while he's generating that ring of darkness, which revitalizes that motherfucker there. I haven't seen him that cheerful since he was about to slaughter some innocent children. Imu says there is no time to waste, indicating that maybe he has a time limit on his corporeal form. Maybe he must return to that husk back to the flower room. Also, when he says that, in that panel, it looks kinda like he has a nosebleed from the distance. But I can't tell, it's too low res. And then they just hop away. He did that carrot jump from the mink. And then sprouted some wings and is flying over Elbaf. Now he looks a bit more like a Lunarian, minus the flame. But he's covered with flames, kinda. By the way, that Omen hovering above Imu looks like it has those tendrils growing off of it. Those tentacles used to inject, that stuff to make people, to demonify them, to make a Domi Reversi happen. What the fuck are you, man? Then he frees Gunko as well. Wait a second. Is he freeing her or killing her, actually? Maybe I spoke too soon. It just blew her up. And he didn't make that Omen for her, as he did for Summers and later Killingham. So I'm guessing he has no more use for her. And then she will probably wake up half dead and have a conversation with Brooke, another princess to rescue for the Straw Hats, So we'll have a lot of valuable information, I'm sure. An important detail is that, Luffy started his healing process by chowing down some burned steak or whatever that is, chunk of meat. So now he has no excuse to avoid fighting the Great One, unless Imu reaches his time limit and he needs to go before Luffy recuperates. I like that Oda used both Zoro and Sanji to fight Imu to show that they don't give a fuck if it's the king of the world, whoever. And Sanji used some Diablo Jambe attack, which of course did nothing, but that's not the point. The point is, we're not afraid to fight against the world. Of course, we knew that since Enies Lobby. Sanji gets nuked, and then we get a preview for the main fight when Loki gets up, who dwarfs Imu. He also instantly changed the weather. Fucking lightning bolts started shooting from the sky. I like how Imu, though, has a soft side. He actually cares about his subjects, his servants. When he found out that Harald was killed, he came instantly, 14 years later, to find out who did it, Who dared to harm my good friend. By the way, as I said before, Imu has that Sanji hair, those bangs covering one of his eyes. But he is missing the other trademark of Sanji, the fucking eyebrows. Where are they? Did you save them? Pretty sure Kaido didn't have eyebrows either. Anyway, if we're talking about eyebrows, I guess it's time to wrap this shit up. So I guess that's it for today. Peace.